It's week 1 of the NFL, and the question is, are you ready for some football?
We can hardly wait for the start of this one.
Coming up next.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Well, Brock, we saw week 1 begin on Thursday night, and now 2 more teams get their season started here on Sunday. He's Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, and it is very important, partner, for both teams here that their seasons begin on a strong note.
Yeah, this is the week where I really can't take myself back to that locker room, to week 1 across the different seasons. And whether it was high school or college or pro, it was the same feeling. Right? It was hope springs eternal. Even though it's the fall and the calendar's turned and it's week 1, you're so hopeful of what lies ahead.
It's one of the happiest moments for any football fan. Welcome back, friends. A new season is officially underway. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And leading them out is one of the league's longest tenured quarterbacks.
Kid, I really think this is one of those moments where every starting quarterback in the opener, right? Week 1, all has a sense of gratitude. All has a smile on their face. You're one of 32 guys on the planet that get to start an NFL season, and you want to make the most of that chance.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Brought in by Burks. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. 3rd and 4 coming up now. They're going play action. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He has it at the 22. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And they'll be led out by the longtime veteran at QB.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is where all that off-season planning, the reps in camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears come into play. And you really don't want to stumble out the gate. You want to be the horse who jumps to the front right away and let everybody try to chase you down.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They kick the running back in motion. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Hits him on the out route. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. Touchdown! Well, Brock, we normally talk about complimentary elementary football at some point every week. So how about the way they've begun this one, huh? Force a punt and then catch it in for 6 on their opening drive.
Can we do it every game?
It feels like it. Almost every game, yeah.
I think you're right, because that's what the NFL is about. We all know the margins are so small in this league, and the team that typically plays the complimentary ball is typically the team that wins.
That one right down the middle. And his guys take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Starting from the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. Their offense headed back out for its second drive of the contest. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punt, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their second drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
And this one doesn't go far. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2. Now looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds. Give him 3 on that gain. And it'll give him a first down. A give left side to Brown. And he's brought down for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. He even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. That finds Burks, complete. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And this will be his second effort of the contest. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they're going to be backed up deep in their own territory to begin this one. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Looking slant route, complete. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They'll run here on first down. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Running back sent in motion. 2nd and 6 now. Off the mark there, incomplete pass.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
To the air, 3rd and long. It is caught left side. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll give him a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
New set of downs for him from the 46. to throw it on first down. Short pass brought in. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at their 49-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
And he gets up for a gain of about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Whiteout's getting involved in the ground game. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return with more NFL action right after this. Time to begin the 2nd quarter, and we'll pick up with what's already been a lengthy possession. They're moving it well, but now face a 3rd and short. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Need a conversion. They're throwing for it. Completed to his running back. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They send a tight end in motion. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
4th down.
Out comes the kick team to attempt this field goal. From the right hash, this is going to be a 41-yarder. The 12-year vet strikes true. And they come away with some points on that series.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now this offense getting set to work here. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. And it's as we expected, partner. We call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give him that first down. Here's a give up the middle. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. From the 43. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. 8 yards to dig him partially out of that hole, and it's going to be 3rd and 7. From midfield now. Complete out to the right. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. That's good for 7 yards. And they'll have first down.
Result is a first down.
From the gun, a gift to Brown. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 37. He's got a man left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Complete to number 89.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
He'll get this one to Brown. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 21. That's complete. Here's Brown. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll give them a first down. Working inside the red zone. Pass it down close. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Brown on the inside give. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. They pick up a yard. Still need one more, though. 3rd down coming up. It's the 2-minute warning here in the first half. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll run again with Brown. And he's going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him. So 4th down, and out comes the field goal unit. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Motioning the tight end left. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be a first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Throwing from the gun here. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Nearly an interception on that play. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Looking to the air here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Motioning one of the tight ends. They'll throw on 3rd and long. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Punting unit out now. And this is going to be his first punt of the new season. They take over on offense now pretty late in this first half. And we're down inside a minute to play in the half, but that's enough time to get a drive together. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Finds him on the slant. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. Throwing now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Offense up to the line fast. That's incomplete left side.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Well, that throw, Kate, pretty clean out of his hand. Just looked like it didn't get through the defense clean enough. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. The home teams returning their offense, and this running back to the field. They're up by 7. We'll see if they choose to just rest on that going into halftime. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They're just going to play it safe, sticking with the ground game, it looks like. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. As we send things over to Jonathan, we'll catch up with the rest of the league later. Let's go right through halftime and on to the start of the 3rd quarter. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our 2nd half. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. So their offense will have it first to begin quarter number 3. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the 2nd half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 36. He put everything he had into this one. They connect on the deep shot. And in for the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Now we'll see them try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And these guys double their lead to 14. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Their offense ready to take the field now. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a 1-score game. Completed over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Handoff headed left to Brown. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
He's got it over the middle. And they take him down right along the 30. 2nd and 3 now. They'll try and throw it here. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He's got it! And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bull...
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there's none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Looking for a throw here. Brought in by Burks. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Brings in the kick at the 9. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. First down, ball at the 36. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody, and maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Dump off caught by his back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he'll get it up to the 44.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
They'll bring out the punter here. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. He broke 50 on his first punt and looks to have done the same here. That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense ready to head back out. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. On first down, they'll run. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play, and that gives them the first.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And they're going to have a first down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Second and 6 coming up here. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Here's a deep shot towards the end. He's got it inside the 10. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. They are throwing it again. And it's caught. Touchdown! These guys now within 1 score in the 4th. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
And they get the 2-point conversion. He's in the lead, only a field goal now. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll send their tight end right. Here's the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on first down. That brings up second and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
They kick the running back in motion. Here's 2nd and 2. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That one gains 7. And it sets up first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Brought down behind.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Has it downfield working the left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there, and it'll give him a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
To throw it on first down. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll give him a first down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown! Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Now they'll try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And his guys make it a 10-point ball game. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Return coming from the 6. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. This offense making its way back out now. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. They've got first down from the 31. Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he's going to get up to about the 33, but no more. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Pass play now. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Here's a throw. Short pass brought in. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. He'll look to throw. Finds his man over the middle. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. 2nd and 3 now. From the 41. Complete over the middle. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Working inside the red zone. Throwing the out route complete. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. He'll throw it yet again. The throw is caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Working quickly here. On the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And they're headed in reverse after that sack. We've reached the 2-minute warning. These guys got to score in a hurry. Need better results here on 2nd and goal from the 10. Setting up a throw. This throw is caught. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Before the snap on 3rd and 2, they call time. Now to throw. And this is caught for a score, and we are not done here yet. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. Still some time left, most of the 2 minutes remaining. They need to get this onside kick back. And this onside kick doesn't go their way. The hands team makes the cover. Ooh, can't get it back on the onside kick. Can still get a final chance with a quick 3-and-out, though, albeit not with a lot of time for them left to work with.
Yeah, Kate, unless they can force a miracle turnover, and we've seen that before, a 3-and-out is really the only avenue remaining. Defense, go buckle it up.
This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Timeout taken by the defense, their 2nd. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. First down, and they go right back to him. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Back to the well again. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And they'll have first down. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. So for Brock Heward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. This celebration begins for our winners as we say goodnight, everybody.